What is up, people? What is up, people? What is up, people? What is up? Man. You know, what a day. What a day. What a day. Welcome to KFL tonight. Where we're gonna go over today's happenings in the matchup that we had today. The very exciting, very tight, very down to the last second matchup we had today. How many of y'all stuck with us the whole time? I want to know in the comments. Let me know how many stayed with us for the majority of the time. When I say the whole time, I don't mean I think I was broadcasting for like five hours today, maybe 4 hours, something like that. I didn't realize how much work went into this. When I say work, I just mean if you think it's a game, won't you sit down at your computer, sit down somewhere and broadcast for 3 hours. Keep it going, keep the energy high for 3 hours. Let me know how you do. I'm not saying I'm great at it. I'm just saying I was not expecting what it was. You feel me? We had the Norfolk Privateers the Tarheel Lunkers versus the Norfolk Privateers. The Privateers were the home team, and if you stayed with us for any amount of that time, you would have saw that it was a tight race from the beginning to the end. From the first kickoff to the last ticks on the game clock, it was an exciting, close game. And we don't know yet. We don't know who won yet. I don't even know who won yet. I didn't look at it. I've been hanging out with a buddy, drinking some water and watching some TV. But to talk about it before we get into who won, who didn't win, we're gonna get some of the players on, right? We're gonna get right now we get Nate Dahl. What up, Nate? Can you hear me, Nate? Nathan, can you hear me? I'm talking to you. Talking to you. No, I don't think Nate can hear us. I don't think Nate can hear us. So we'll let Nate figure that out. And all right, man. We'll bring the other guy on then. What's up, Jesse?
Not too much. I actually just got home about 10 minutes ago.
A whole 10 minutes ago. So I guess it didn't matter that I was a couple minutes late, huh? It helped you out.
No, I decided to be the last car that didn't get in a 5-car pileup on 64 and then got to sit there for an hour waiting on the cops.
Well, based off of what you just said, I'd be okay with being the last car that didn't get in that accident.
That's true. Silver linings.
Yeah. I mean, you sat there for how long? An hour? Hour and a half?
About an hour.
About an hour? You could have been there a lot. I guess you could have not even been there and been at the hospital if you'd have been in that actual pileup. I don't know.
Well, that was actually the reason I stopped to begin with, was I've got some background in making sure people get to the hospital, if you want to call it that. And then the car that was in 2 cars in front of me were very concerned that they might possibly get blamed and wanted me to verify that they weren't at fault.
Gotcha. How much did they pay you?
Nothing. They were actually going to a poker game, and he admittedly said, "I've never won money, and I'm about to lose my ass," I believe is his exact quote.
Oh, okay. Well, Nate, can you hear us this time?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there.
You guys, obviously, I feel like you just got out of the shower. You just washed your body.
Yeah, I was.
We didn't get much time. Go ahead. What'd you say?
Yeah, I was nasty after back in
Yeah, I mean it was a not a cool day. It was pretty warm out there. It didn't look. Well, some areas seemed like there was some wind, and other areas seemed like it was no wind.
I didn't have any wind.
You didn't have any wind?
No.
I know Jesse. There's a few times with Jesse we had to mute his mic because of all the wind he had going on. That's crazy. That's a straight up example of how the waterways or wherever you're fishing can be different from one end to the next end.
Yeah, that's one of the good things about it. So diverse. I didn't
Nate, you're actually kind of breaking up a little bit. I don't know. I don't know why you're breaking up on me. I know you ain't got Cricket Wireless like the North Carolina guys.
I'm on my home right now.
Well, we should be good. Maybe it's me. Am I breaking up on you guys?
No, you have a couple times.
I have a couple times. Well, I got Metro PCS from my home internet, so maybe that's it. So, Nate, man, we didn't get to have you on live much today, man. Tell us about how your day went. I know Chick is one of your it's one of the rivers or one of the waterways, period, that you really like to fish.
Yeah, so I didn't have like the great practice ever, but I was trying to fight, and had an accepted golf.
I think hold on a second. I get it. Hey, Jesse, is he breaking up for you when he's talking? I think you need to bring your phone closer because it probably only activates when you're talking. We want to see that pretty face anyway.
Better?
Yes, better.
Okay. So, the one good thing about Chick-fil-A, like, it's good water, but it's also a lot of vegetation and most power. So, I didn't have the greatest practice in the world, but I'm still getting to get fit. So, I knew that my sweet spot was going to be around the right at at 0, just on the back end of it. And it's kind of rough when you know that everybody's catching fish, knowing that so that's what I did, but I got sidetracked on I knew that there's a big one there, and I stayed trying to get
Wow.
He needs to get some headphones.
Yes. Yeah. When he gets back on, we'll see if he's a little better. Let him tell his story. How about you, Jesse? Why don't you tell us, going into today, going into the matchup, what your game plan was, and when the day started, the fishing started, if you had to deviate from your game plan, or if how to go from pregame to postgame.
So pregame, I mean, I ran up there one time. I knew what I wanted my game plan to be. I actually side scanned the tide that I wanted, or the tide that was going to be, at the beginning of the game, and the fish were there. Like, absolutely stacked exactly where I wanted them, set up how I needed them to fish the pattern I wanted. And then I really got sucker punched this morning for all the people watching this either now or when they watch it later. Everybody in the fishing world's got some level of superstition. I made my first cast about 20 yards left of the boat, and I reeled that thing in as fast as I possibly could to make sure nothing could bite it, make sure I didn't catch one on the first cast. And then threw my popper up there. I gave it 2 twitches, and it got sucked down. And I thought, it's about to be on. And I got suckered into that.
Let's take a second before you continue. And I want to ask you a question. Are you one of those superstitious guys, like I can't catch one on the first cast? Bad luck.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. I actually had a tournament on the Chick, John Boat tournament earlier this year, and we pulled up to our first spot. I threw my buzzbait out, and I burned that thing in. Like, that blade must have been spinning 9,800 RPMs, and I had a 14-incher smoke it. And immediately me and my partner looked at each other like, we're hosed for the rest of the day. You caught one on the first cast, we're hosed. So, yeah, I purposely made the first cast. I reeled it in super quick just to make sure I didn't catch one on the first cast.
Okay, go ahead and continue.
So, I continued to work that area, and that spot that I have, usually what I will do this time of year is I'll take a buzzbait, and I throw a loud buzzbait. I throw head knockers, and I can usually pick a couple off with a buzzbait, and then I'll go top water, but I'll go more subtle. I'll go to a popper, and this morning, zero wind, like not a wisp of wind, completely glass calm. I'm not even messing around with a buzzbait. I'm going straight to, call it finesse top water. I got that blow up, or
I'm guessing you switched to the popper when you had no
wind.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it was glass calm. I didn't even mess around with a buzzbait, which a buzzbait's one of my confidence baits, especially on tidal water. It just gets bit. Like, you may not always catch the biggest fish there, but it's going to get bit. I think I caught 2 in the first 20 minutes on a popper, and then I could still see the fish down there. I knew they were set up the way I wanted them to. But I think what the 2 things that really messed me up today was history and that full moon. That full moon will throw the tide off 45 minutes, depending on the part of the river. And I was off on every decision I made today. I mistimed every decision I made.
Well, actually, that's a great point, man. Especially on tidal fishery, those decisions and timing are key for tidal fishing. And it's funny because I'm saying that because I learned it from you and a couple of the other guys on our team. So I'm trying to talk like I'm smart and I understand fishing, but I really don't know what I'm doing. I tie on a jig, wacky, straight Texas rig, drop shot jig, and that's what I do. I throw it out there and hope that I get bit. So Nate, got you bet. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
The way I look at it, to super simplify it, and it helps me out, I guess, like I don't try to dive too deep into it, is everybody's fished low water conditions, drought conditions. Everybody's fished floodwater conditions. It's literally just, it happens 2 of each day. Like, you get 2 droughts and 2 flood conditions each day.
It's very true when you're talking about tidal fisheries. Nate, let's see how we're working this time. Can we hear you better this time, Nate?
Well, let's see. I'm off the Wi-Fi now, and I'm straight on 4G right now. Is that any better?
You sound 12 times better.
Yeah, we've been having problems with the internet here, so that's probably what it is.
All right. Well, we, like I was saying before, we lost you with the Wi-Fi issue. We didn't have you on live much today, just like Justin, man. Justin Faircloth, we only had him on live a few times. Every time it was like, we'll see how much time I can stay on live this time. But I'm gonna give you your time to tell us how your day went, what you saw, what you thought going in pregame, what you saw during the game, and the adjustments you made or should have made. What you think?
Well, as I was saying earlier, my practices were okay. I guess I felt like they're mediocre. I was finding good quality fish, but I was having to work for them. And I had a couple of decisions to make, whether if I was going to make a long run and sacrifice time, or just stay around an area that I knew was going to have fish, and just sort of went with the flow and just stayed in that area. And that's what I ended up doing. And I had this one area. It's sort of a point in where major flow comes into the main river and a bunch of pads there, and I pulled 2 good ones out of there on practice. So I just felt like that was probably the place to stay. I guess the BFL tournament, because I didn't want to have to spend an hour and a half making an upriver run while getting run over by boats that were going to beat me in the spot. So I just decided the place that I started at was where I was going to stay at, and just sort of milk it as best as I could. And I was seeing blow-ups everywhere. They were chasing bait everywhere. But, it's sort of hard. They always say hard to compete with the real thing. So I was working the pad, throwing a spoon and a frog, and the blow-ups were everywhere, but they were moving around. It's not like you could say, hey, if the blow-up was at that gap in the pads, throw there. By the time I would throw there, there would be a blow-up, 10 feet from there. So I was throwing the frog, throwing the spoon, and just fan casting throughout the pads on the falling tide. But there was another spot that I wanted to get to, and I noticed that no one was going there. And every time I thought about going there and thinking that was going to be the perfect time, another blow up would happen in those pads, and it was a big fish. It just sucked me in. It was like bed fishing, except the bed was like a quarter of an acre. And you go, okay, I'm done. You put the rod away, and then you hear kaboom. It's like, well, I can't move away from that. But I ended up moving, and right about the time I moved is when a boat pulled up, and a dude on the first cast ended up pulling that stupid fish out. But
did you say right about the time you was leaving, a boat pulled up and caught the fish?
Yeah, the boat pulled up and caught the fish, and it looked like a 6-pounder. It looked like a big fat 20-pounder fish.
Wow.
But I pulled into my my next spot. It was only like 200 yards away, and the tide had sucked down and congregated the fish. And on my first cast, I catch a 12, and then a 12, and then a 12, and a 13, and then a 12. And I hadn't thought about moving further up the creek, but I went ahead and did it and found a real deep spot. Saw a boil, threw the frog out. As soon as it landed, got impaled by an 18. I made it another 20 yards. There's a one pad all by itself in like 4 foot of water. I threw 4 foot beyond the pad. As soon as it got even with the pad, another 18 smoked it. And then I got back on the 13s and the 12s and the 13s and the 12s. And then right about the time I got on with you, and then lost you, I heard that we had lost the lead. And at that point, I quit fiddling with the phone and just went, well, your connection's no good. You might as well put the phone down and go back to fishing. And then I had a big one smoke my jackhammer, and I had it on for like 5 seconds. And I don't know how it came off, but it left it well. I'm telling myself that it was another 13 and 14. But
yeah, man, it was actually 11 3/4.
At that point, I really wanted to puke, but we've talked about this before. I'll lose sometimes. So, well,
we have talked about that.
Yeah, and I just kept grinding. I just kept grinding. But by that point, the tide had really started pushing in, and the spots that were holding fish weren't holding fish anymore. The fish had gone up deep into the vegetation, and that was about the end of that.
Gotcha. So it seems like you had a good day of catching. Like you caught a lot of fish. Just you were plagued with smaller fish and then onesie twosies on the fish that we were looking for.
Yeah. If it was just best 5 with a 12-inch minimum, I probably would have had something like low 70s, something like that.
Yeah, and you know what? In the local tournament that was there, that would have got you a check.
Really?
Low 70. No, I'm wrong. No, low 70s would have put you in the top 8, top 6 actually. Well, let's hear from one of the opposing teams members, Mr. Justin.
How's it going, guys?
What's going on, man? Let's bring you to the big screen right there so we can see your pretty face.
Right. Yeah, just made it home.
Oh, you just made it home? See, it wasn't too bad of a trip.
No, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, not bad at all, man. Tell us about your day, man. What you went into it thinking. Did you get any practice days?
I got there yesterday around lunchtime, so I can't really say that's much practice. I did get out there for about 2 hours yesterday. Found a few under docks. I think I found 2 or 3 that went 17, 18 inches yesterday. Other than that, no.
Uh-oh. He might have connected to his home Wi-Fi.
Oh, coming back.
All right. Oh, we're getting him back. This is actually what it was like for us when we brought Justin on live while he was on the water. So this is like being right at home. All right. Well, we did have Ray Montez on for a bit. Justin, you still there? I feel like we have your audio. Okay, no, we don't.
No, I was muting my mic.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, here he is. He's coming back in.
You hear it got on
Here
the
he
camera.
is.
I swiped it. It had a little bit of rain on the camera and it took me back.
Oh, so you know what just happened? Justin just actually declined our call. He swiped right on us. Or is it left? I don't know. I don't know.
But
Jesse, the other guy, you're on the Tinder, man. Is it swipe left for good or the right for good?
Oh, not Tinder. That place is a friggin' cesspool. But swiping right is the good one.
Okay, so Justin swiped left on us and got rid of us.
Later.
Bounce. All right, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
So, yeah, like I said, I got there around 12 o'clock yesterday. Rode around, just kind of looked, because that's the first time I'd been there. Went up in some grass and had some promising things that I seen, but ended up not even going that way today. Went over to some docks on the other end of the lake. Like I said, caught a couple 18s and a couple 17s yesterday afternoon. And I took off and I left. Me and Mike this morning got up and we went the other way. Found some pads, probably half a mile, 3/4 of a mile from the ramp, and there was fish busting on it all morning. I wasn't able to connect with anything there. Mike, I think Mike caught one there, or he had a nice blow up on a pop bar. I went back in a little creek and caught one about 13 3/4. And that was pretty much it till about, I guess I started catching them around 8:30, 8:45 this morning. I went to one dock, pulled a 17 off, went to the next one, pulled a 16 and some change. Next dock, pulled a 15 and some change. And Mike Wimmer was behind me a couple docks. I think he pulled 2 16.5s off the same docks as we were moving through. Then we took off and went through the thoroughfare. Got over there.
Well, let me ask you a question real quick, Justin, before you continue.
Yeah.
So when you're pulling these fish off the docks, did you guys notice things specific? Like, hey, they were positioning at the edge in the docks and the pylons at the end, or maybe they were in the pylons towards the center of the dock. So on and so forth.
So I hit a couple docks prior. I had I think I was throwing green pumpkin or something like that, and I switched up to a Gary Yamamoto peanut butter and jelly, and didn't get any bites on them. And I said this water is dirty. Let me switch over to a black and blue Cinco. At that point, what I was doing was going up to the basically the boat slip and throwing up as far as I could behind, straight in the back, and it was sitting right there in the back of every one of them.
Nice. And that's just for people who are watching or who will watch later on, who don't get into bass fishing, or I'm sorry, don't pay attention to the little intricacies as much as you should. That's the stuff like a lot of people talk about. Like it probably took him making a miscast where it skipped all the way back up there, and he had a tick or he had a thump, and that clued him into something, and he checked it out in the next dock, and that clues you in. You never know. Even the bad cast or the good cast can clue you into something.
That's right.
All right, my bad. Go ahead, Justin, man. Go ahead, continue.
So me and Mike took off, went through the thoroughfare right there. And we come around, like I told you earlier, the turn in there was just ungodly. It was outrageous. Well, we come around and there's maybe 10 docks sitting right there, and I threw the same thing, a Texas rig up in there, and like I said, the current was so much it was picking up the weight and just moving my bait. And I was like, this is too much. I said I need to get somewhere where there's not as much current, because that's what they had been biting on. Went down, there was a little cut that went back probably 40 yards, maybe 30, 40 yards off of that main channel, and 3 to 5 foot of water. At this time, though, the water was up, and the fish had actually moved from the boat slips to the walkways of the docks.
Okay,
you can hear me. Yeah, they had moved. The pattern that was working this morning wasn't working at 12 something, So we made that adjustment together, and we were able to pull an 18 and a half, an 18 and a quarter, a 17 and a half, and a 15 and 3/4 in the last 2 hours from just making that slight adjustment of positioning on the docks.
Yeah, man. And it's not even just about that adjustment, really. I mean, it is about that adjustment, but I feel like your average bass fisherman knows to throw at a dock, right? And they'll probably try to hit 3 different parts of that dock: the part closest to the shore, somewhere near the middle, and somewhere near the end. But if you can, like you guys were able to do, identify that change, you can eliminate extra time of trying to make those unneeded casts, and you're making more efficient casts. You're saving time. You're being more efficient. That's just awesome, man. Like,
yeah, because we were basically tearing those docks completely down. I mean, every pylon we were hitting, and seeing what was working. And then, like I said, when we come back around that other side and started catching them, 20 foot behind the actual dock on the walkway, we were able to just work that 30, 40 foot stretch of the walkway, and it was a success for us.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it was man. Tell me, you can't tell me that wasn't a stressful day on the water, looking at that leaderboard and watching the lead changes, the ties, how close the matchup was. I mean,
yeah, it was definitely the best match that I've been in. I mean, it was tight all day. Nobody walked away from anybody. At one point, you guys had put up quite a bit of fish, and then all of a sudden, I jumped on those 3 early about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and put us right back in there. And then with Mike's other 2, we were back tied again.
Yep. Well, you got your other teammate jumped in with us, Mr. Jay Hicks.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, man? You looking comfortable? You back at home on the couch?
Yeah.
Chilling.
Yeah, got a little supper and got to play with little man for a minute and hop on here.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking
Check
about.
out that sunglass tan.
Oh, yeah.
You see that? You see that? Yeah, that's right.
That's signature right there.
We did have you on. Actually, I think we had you on more than we had Justin on today. I think you had better service than Justin for the most part today.
Terrible.
And it's funny because you didn't have that great a service either. So it's like Justin would come on and we'd get out of him. I don't know how long I'm gonna make it this time. Then it was Johnny 5 is a live. You know,
I just had to come on there and tell you we had a fit.
Dude, that's exactly what it was. Like you wouldn't be on, you lose service, and then you come back and be like, "We got a 19," and I was like, "All right, you know what? Stop it, Justin. Stop it."
16, I was trying to get on, try to post like 2%, and it would just freeze. I ain't got no.
That's exactly like what it was, man. But well, did you had a little bit for day today? How'd you feel about your day today, man?
Started out really good. I knew, and I actually caught it. And it was like 23. It was just a big one. Gave me.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up just a little bit on us, Jay.
By now.
Okay, I heard you say what about now, so
right.
It should be good.
So I that big one yesterday. A little bit what was going on, and I got one. I said I watched the by the current. I caught those 219. Then I had a bad. Had some words, and we were catching a 5-fish, 5-pounder.
Hey Jay, you're still breaking up on me. Are you on you on the Wi-Fi or are you on your cellular?
Should be on Wi-Fi.
Hey, try text on Wi-Fi and just cell service because for Nate earlier he did that and he cleared right up on us.
How about now?
Oh, perfect.
Nope.
Uh-oh. Not perfect anymore.
Man down.
The opposite of perfect. We're going the wrong way. Oh, now we're heading back. Now we're getting hotter. All right.
Right.
Yeah. So you had those 219s. Like it seemed like back to back. Were they back to back?
Yeah, they were. I caught them. As I was saying, I had a pass to get the second one, and he ended up coming in on me and getting about 10 fishing the same spot I was fishing. He had, of course, now I had some words to say back to him. Anyway, he caught a 5-fish limit in his, but a 5 to 6 pound fish. I had 5 blow bites, and I got a boat. So they were there. They were stacked in there. A short period of time with the current tide dropping. There's a lot of playtime. Turn it up, arguing.
So it seems like you broke up a little bit on us, but I think I got the gist of it. It seems like you found a pretty good spot. You caught 2 good ones, 19, and I think another 19, and a bass boat rode in on you. And he caught a limit in that spot with 1 good one in that limit.
Yeah.
All of his
18.
Okay. All of his were 18, you said?
Yeah, 16 to 18. He had one that was 5 to 6 pounds.
Got you. And this was a timing thing. So once that window closed, the bite just shut off in this area you had.
It's dead after that.
Yeah, okay. Hey, people, I have pretty good deductive reasoning. I figured that out. It was really choppy, but we got through it. Well, guys,
Get any better.
You guys made this tournament very stressful. I mean, this matchup very stressful for me, especially since I wasn't able to fish and I had to watch. I guess everybody wants to find out who won. So all the fireworks really happened. The fireworks really happened in the last hour, maybe. You guys took the lead early. with Jay Hicks's two 19s, I think, because those were on the board quick. And then it was like I want to say it was like 50 or 60 to like 30. And that was actually, I hate to say it, but that was actually like when I woke up and looked at the score, and I was like, oh, I'm late. Luckily it's a weekend and it wasn't the Navy, because I probably would have got rode up. But I was like, I'm late. And I was like, we're losing. I need to motivate these guys. And then it was like Norfolk took the lead by like an inch or two, and then you guys took the lead, and then it was tied, and then the lead was taken again, and then it was tied, and then it was just flip-flop. It was a great game. So I mean, I guess it's time to find out who won this game, who's moving up to a better place in the sky, I guess. What was you guys' record prior to this game?
1-2.
1-2. So it's time to find out if the Tarheel Lunkers moved up to 2-2, or if Norfolk moved up to 3-0 or 2-1. So without further ado, let's share this screen. Let's do this first before we do that, so we don't mess it up. Let's share this screen. I hate to tell you this, guys, but my boys, the Privateers, did not pull it out. You guys got the W with that not with that 19-inch fish from Mike Wimmer in the last 5 minutes or 7 minutes. But you guys pulled it out, and it was all done in like the last 30 to 40 minutes of the matchup, man. It had me on my seat the entire matchup. The final score is 175.5 to 171 3/4. I was holding out hope that my guys were like didn't have service and they had like a 22 or 23-inch fish in the wing somewhere. We had Ray on at one point. He was hooked up with a good fish, but it wrapped him up in a branch, and we had him struggling trying to get this fish out of this lay down or whatever, and the camera was just falling around, and I was over here just like, get the fish, Ray, get the fish. And then we lost Ray, and I was like, maybe we lost him because he's taking a picture. But he wasn't taking a picture. He just didn't want to be on camera cursing in front of everyone. So congratulations, you guys. That was a well-deserved win. The other guy, Nate, Ray, Travis, didn't make it easy on you guys. And this matchup gets my vote for matchup game of the week, in my opinion. Game of the week.
Yeah.
Again, congrats, man. Charles warned us about you, Justin. He was like, hey, Justin's a stick, man. He's a stick. We searched for you. We couldn't find where you were staying because we were going to sabotage you, but we couldn't find it. So, I mean.
Well, you could have got to me last night. I had all my stuff sitting on my boat ready to go at the boat ramp.
Nah, I'm joking, man. We'll never do nothing like that. This is, again, Chickahominy River is a great waterway, a great fishery. And if you ever get a chance, come back and fish it, man, because it's got big fish, it's got a lot of fish, and it's got diversity. Yeah,
absolutely. Like I said, man, it was an amazing river. Definitely would like to come back sometime and do it with I guess you can say a less stressful situation. Just go out there and fish. That's the way I look at it when I fish. Anyway, any day on the water is a better day than work.
Absolutely. Jeremy, man, good job with those 2 19s. I think you said you got them on back-to-back casts, right?
Yeah, it was in 3 casts.
It was in 3 casts. That's the same. To me, that's the same. 3 casts. You catch a 19, which is probably I would say a 4-pound fish, at least, at minimum. You catch a 4-pounder, make a cast, and then make another cast and catch another 4-pounder.
Yeah, then I made about 5 casts, and I caught one that was like 14 3/4, I think.
Dude, you were probably flying high. Like, I am on them.
I was until that bass boat come in and got on top of me, and then that kind of took the air out of the sail, but hey, it is what it is.
It is, man. So you guys pulled to 500 on the season, which I think put you right back in the mix for making maybe a wild card spot. Norfolk drops to 2-1, right? 2-1, guys. Yep, 2-1. Your next matchup is against who? Justin or Jeremy?
We faced the Casters at Jordan on the 7th, and then we got
Casters,
you guys. Then we got you guys again
at Jordan. Got you. Casters at Jordan on the 7th. Other guy, Nate, where's your next matchup and who's it against?
That's right.
Yeah, man, it's the Copperheads on Diaskin Reservoir. Florida's coming to Virginia in 2 weeks. So I think Dontrell said it best earlier. This was a must for you guys. He said it was a must-win game. You guys came out, did what you had to do. You got the win. This next matchup for us, I feel like it's a must-win game, and it's against a tough team in the Florida Copperheads. But we're confident. We're confident. I'm very proud of what my guys did today. You win some, you lose some. You can't win them all. So, again, congratulations, Jeremy. Congratulations, Justin. I'm sad we couldn't get Mr. Smiles on, Mr. Matt Dunn on. But
yeah.
But it was a well-fought win, man. Any of you guys, if you want to say thank you to anyone, to your sponsors or whatever before we get out of here, this is your moment. We'll start with you, Jeremy.
Excellent. Thank y'all guys for hosting a great place, great tournament, great lake. Good job, too. The whole team, both teams did an excellent job. Justin?
Thank our sponsors, Valor and Honor Outdoors, Restore Warehouse, Carolina Waters, and Denny Romero with On the Water and Lake. I want to thank them for making this possible for us. They treat us right, so we can see what we can do for them. Also, you guys, the hospitality was great. Enjoyed the lunch this afternoon. Sorry last night didn't work out, but just everybody, our teammates. We got out there and we grinded with it. Everybody contributed.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a team win, man. Team win today for you guys.
I want to thank one of my little buddies in Georgia. He's 9 years old. He fished his first tournament today on a pond. Got to call him to see how he did. So I want to give him a shout out. His name is Jet Johnson.
You said, what was it? What was his name? Jet Johnson?
Yes, sir.
All right, hey, good luck, Jet. Man, I hope you did well, man. And that's awesome, dude. How old is Jet?
He's 9.
9?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, but we will see you on the 21st here at our lake.
Yeah, man. And Macintosh, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hammer time.
I'm bringing all the dynamite and all the electroshock equipment I can find.
Better beat me to it.
Jesse, what you got, Jay?
No, I just want to thank you guys for coming down. I mean, I know you guys were kind of short-changed, didn't get the pre-fishing, but, I mean, it sucks to take the L, but that was one of the more fun competitions I've had as far as, every now and then I'd hear my phone go off, and I'm like, all right, I haven't gotten a bite in a while. I'll check it. Like, hey, man, we're down 2 inches. Like, crap, how did that happen? So, I mean, it was a good time all day. It was stressful. It was entertaining, if nothing else. And I got to think, as far as, I don't know about sponsor, but it probably wasn't the greatest safety move. But today was my first day, besides a small test run with a trolling motor. I got to thank the guys at One Objective, man. They hooked me up. They were able to, I don't want to say pull strings, but went out of their way to make sure I had all the stuff to get set up and actually get out there with a trolling motor, because if I would have been paddling a 127 today, I probably wouldn't be on this interview. I'd be icing my shoulders.
Hey, just to let you guys know, he said he don't know if he wanted to say sponsors, but I'll let you know. Sponsor of Norfolk Privateers, One Objective.
What?
Awesome.
That's the thing, bro. Nate, what you got, man?
Blew out my Mirage drive about 6 weeks ago.
I really can't, Nate. I don't know about the rest of everyone else, but I really can't understand a word you're saying right now.
I don't know if my internet. All right.
Nope, still can't hear you, bro. You're breaking up.
He got the logo for us.
Oh, he's got the one objective logo.
That's on the 107.
Is this any better?
I heard you a little bit better just then. But now you're frozen completely.
That's the day of the freezes.
Unfrozen. Can't hear you at all now. Hey people, this is the stuff we have to deal with. So like, please believe we put this time in to try to get this done. We're gonna figure it out because I want to hear what Nate has to say.
You won't have to deal with that at Macintosh because we got service here.
Oh, y'all got service there, so we're gonna be the ones without service, is what you're telling me. Nate, can you hear us?
Yeah.
We can kind of hear you, bro. Are you connected to the Wi-Fi again? Huh? No? Okay. Try connecting to the Wi-Fi then. I don't know what's happening because you were good earlier. Damn. Connected to the Wi-Fi, he froze completely. Disconnect. Eject. That sucks, man, because I wanted to hear what he had to say. But I want to thank everybody who watched KFL today, everybody who tuned in on YouTube channel, who tuned in on the Facebook channel. Unfortunately, we had technical difficulties with the Pride Outdoors, but it will be airing tomorrow for Pride Outdoors. So, if you missed anything, tune in tomorrow on Pride Outdoors and check us out. Again, thank you guys. Congratulations on your W. Best of luck in the rest of your matches, except for the last one. Because I want revenge. And Jesse, man, we'll see you around. Nate, I think Nate's still frozen. I can't tell. I still see the Goldilocks in his eyes, so I think he's still frozen. Well, anyway, everybody, thanks for rocking with us tonight, man. There you have it.
Yeah,
the Tarheel Lunkers improved to 2-2. Norfolk Privateers dropped to 2-1. Let's get it, man. Round it out. Have a
Thanks,
solid
man.
work today, guys.
Thank you. Y'all too.